We'll start with a disclaimer. The humans on this list might seem creepy, but you must realize that ultimately they are still humans. Once you have removed the cringe effect out of the way, you will start to see past the freakish nature of these strange human beings. Some of the physical traits in them occurred naturally, whereas the other one or two people involved in this video are simply being careless. However, we're sure you'd want to meet these people, so stick around. Number 9. Tally. This is Elisane Silva, and she is from Brazil. She is 7 feet tall and married to a man who is 16 inches shorter than her. Her son too is already showing early signs of being tall. At just 10 years old, Elisane was already 5 feet tall. She had begun feeling pains in her bones and head. When she was taken to the doctors, her parents couldn't afford to pay for the tests until a TV network intervened to help little Elisane, who was quickly becoming a Brazilian wonder. Number 8. Single blue eye. Piebaldism is a rare condition where patches of hair or skin on the forehead look bleached. Now consider the possibility of being born with one blue eye, and you have what is known as Waardenburg syndrome. People who have this peculiarity look like they come from a fantasy story world, and they are generally regarded as beautiful people, even though some experience partial hearing loss. Number 7. Zero fat. Dylan Tom's condition is very rare and is only found in 8 people in the entire world. It's medically called myelodysplastic preleukemic syndrome, or MDP for short. It's simply when the body has extremely low body fat because it can't process or store it. Apparently, this didn't stop Tom from becoming the 2011 British Paracyclist National Champion. Good for him. Number 6. Silverman. I can't resist the temptation to be a comic book character, and I would be something like Silver Surfer or Quicksilver, but this guy is far from those two. Stan Jones deliberately turned himself into a freak by ingesting a silver compound. Ever since, he has literally been turned into a bluish silver-skinned person, and he doesn't seem to mind. He admits that he continues to take his silver medicine, and worse, he refuses to tell anyone what he is treating. Number 5. X-Ray Girl. Are people still into comic book heroes? Just checking. Here's one girl that will feel at home with the X-Men. Natasha Demkina is a young teenage girl from Russia who claims to have X-ray vision. She is basically a walking and breathing MRI machine, and she has a good following in Russia. Doctors and medical technicians have begun to rely on her more often. Some skeptics say she uses what is known as cold reading. It's a technique psychics use to manipulate patients who come to them for help. So far, there is no evidence of that, and Natasha seems like the real deal. Number 4. The Greatest Hobo. This man has taken his homeless status to the extreme. He hasn't showered for 60 years. He hails from Iran and generally sleeps in a grave pit. People in the nearby village have tried to help by building a mini brick and mortar shed, but the problem is that it reinforces his no bath rule if and when it rains. However, the mystery remains, how does anyone deliberately decide to never get a bath? Number 3. Hellboy. Do you remember Hellboy and his shaved horns from the comic books? Well, the old lady in this story has grown a horn on the left side of her forehead. She is from China and she turns 101 years old in 2010. She has been growing her horn all her life, and her family has named the peculiarity devil's horns, even though it's just one. These sort of outgrowths are common and are a form of benign skin cancer. They can usually be cut off surgically, but Zhang Rufang was determined to keep hers till she died. Number 2. Mr. Fantastic. Remember the Marvel Comics team called Fantastic Four? Yeah, their leader is the elastic scientist, and this guy is sort of like that. He might not be able to elongate himself, but he can definitely stretch his skin to crazy lengths. Actually, it's a condition known as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Amongst its symptoms is extremely stretchy skin. Gary Turner even has a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records for this. Number 1. Darkest woman in the world. Kim specifically hails from South Sudan. She works as a model and occasionally advocates for diversity in the fashion modeling industry. The fans have even nicknamed her Queen of the Dark, and she admits she likes it. She is only 27 years old and she is far from a self-loathing person. She embraces her skin color irrespective of the bullying and praise in equal measure. Sadly, she also says her worst bullies are also blacks. If you have reached this far, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell so you may not miss any future updates. See you in another video. Until then, take care. Do tell us your views in the comments section.